All right. Good evening, everyone, and namaste. Welcome.
Namaste.
Welcome to this third day of the 3-day workshop today. Um, Let us sit comfortably, cross the legs, or sit on the chair or sofa, wherever you are, very comfortably. And let's take a few moments to center our mind. Take few deep breaths in and out and try to relax. When you breathe out, try to relax in your exhale. Every time, let go and relax. Now, gently rub your palms together and place them on your eyes when you feel the warmth in your hands. Namaste. Okay, so today we are going to touch the last part of the of this workshop, which is the vagal connection with Om or meditation in general. Now, we have two types of pronunciation for this nerve, for the vagus nerve. One is the vagus, this is how we pronounce it, and that is the American pronunciation. Now, the British pronunciation is called vagus. So, American is vagus and British is vagus. Both are correct. It all depends which one you like, and you can pronounce it that way. So, vagus nerve, has anyone heard about it ever?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Can you share what you have known about it so far? Mary and yes, first Mary.
I became familiar about it when I was researching how to calm the nervous system,
Mm,
and the vagus nerve and the brain talk to one another. In fact, the vagus nerve sends more messages to the brain than the brain sends to the vagus nerve. So it's like a second brain in the body. That's the way it was described to me on this course I was on. And it's very important to try to when your central nervous system is ramped up, that you calm your body, and yoga is one way to do that. And the vagus nerve needs to respond to that as well.
great. Anybody else? Anybody heard about this term or this nerve, vagus? No? Okay. So vagus nerve is it is in sometimes called the internet of the body.
Mhm.
And the internet of the body means it is spread to the maximum distances inside the body. So it is one of the largest nerve in the body and a very, very important nerve because it travels so many places inside the body. It is affecting those organs which are found in those places in the body. It is affecting the organs, it is affecting the tissues, the muscles. Wherever it is traveling, it is affecting those places. I'm going to show you a picture later on, and it is going to tell you the spread and the path of the vagus nerve. Now, it is also called vagabond nerve. Vagabond means it is a wanderer, so it is traveling everywhere inside the body, and hence the name. It starts from the brain, medulla oblongata. It starts from the brain and it goes as low as the toes, as low as the colon in the body. So it is that long. And that's why it is of great importance. One reason why it is important, because it being the 10th cranial nerve. So we have about 12 cranial nerves in the body, and they are coming in set. They are coming in pairs. So right and left, right and left. So the vagus nerve or the vagus nerve is also one on the right and one on the left. And they are traveling together, but the one on the right is a little longer and goes until the colon, and the left one is a little shorter than that. So it controls many important functions of the body, and we are going to name those functions such as breathing, such as digestion, heart rate, immune system, blood pressure. So it travels through, it starts from the brain and then it covers the throat area. So whatever we see here, and throat and the chest. So it we have the lungs and the heart here in the chest area, and then it covers the abdominal cavity, which means all the organs inside the cavity, the stomach, the intestines, is all being affected through this nerve. 80, now there are two nervous system that are very important to understand. In the autonomous nervous system, they have two parts, parasympathetic and sympathetic. Sympathetic system is always related to fight and flight, some kind of emergency situations, some kind of threat, and some kind of hyper, anything that is hyper in the life, that the sympathetic nervous system sets in. And now when the sympathetic nervous system sets in, the blood pressure rises, and something like stress and anxiety also are related to sympathetic nervous system. So when a sympathetic nervous system gets activated through all these situations, stress, anxiety, threat, any kind of emergency, fear, and any kind of fight and flight. So, and when this sympathetic nervous stays that way for a long, long time, in situations, in conditions like stress, some people are habitually stressed. So they stay in the sympathetic nervous system stays with them activated. Blood pressure will increase, heart rate will increase, and it will stay like that for a long, long time. And then it starts to affect their bodily systems, and diseases begin to happen, like hypertension or any kind of heart disease, things like that. Now, what vagus nerve does, it's going to reset the sympathetic nervous system. That is its job. It is going to reset the system, which means it is going to bring a balance. So if the heart rate is up, it brings it down. If the blood pressure is high, it will bring it down to healthy levels. And similarly, if there is too much of salivation happening in the mouth, it brings it down. And same goes for other functions like immune system and the respiration, the breathing, and all that, all those functions. Now, how will it bring it down? We will go over some activities through which we can bring in this balance. This balance in medical terms is called homeostasis. Homeostasis means a perfect balance of all the functions in the body. So the vagus nerve or the vagus nerve has this job. It travels from head to toes, and it is a kind of sensing system throughout the body. So from wherever it travels, it keeps sensing what is happening in here, what is happening here. And when it keeps sensing that, it keeps recording how the body is responding to it, and it keeps resetting the systems wherever it is traveling. And that's the main function of the vagus nerve. And 80% of the parasympathetic nerves in the body are found in the vagus nerve system. So vagus nerve is covering the 80% of the cranial nerve system of the parasympathetic nervous system. So you can say in simple language, when we talk about parasympathetic nervous system, 80% of it is dominated by vagus nerve. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you this. So the path of this nerve and the functions will get clearer, and then we can have a little more discussion on this. So let me share the screen to you. Uh, let's have this picture first.
We can pinch it bigger.
Yes, that's a good idea. I just made mine larger. I could see it.
Me too. Yeah.
It's all good, Rupa. Don't worry about it. Can everybody make it bigger on your screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
I can see it well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good for everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So the yellow
Yes.
one, the yellow.
We made it bigger on our end.
Okay. Here on my side,
It's
this
not working.
thing is not working, so I'm
No,
sorry.
me either.
Yeah. Is it clear for everyone?
I can read it. It's not getting bigger, but I can read it.
I'm on my phone, so I just made it bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working on the computer.
Yes, it's
Me.
clear, Rupa.
It's clear to them. Okay, so you see this, are you able to see the cursor that I'm
Yeah.
moving?
Yes.
Yes.
The yellow nerves on the right and the left side is all vagus nerve. So you see it starts from the back of the head right here, where we have the medulla, and then they run down into the neck and throat and through the chest part, and then through the upper stomach area, upper abdominal cavity, and then it spreads throughout and
Wow.
until it reaches the colon. So practically it is covering the entire body. So wherever it is moving, wherever it is found, it is sensing all that is happening in those organs and in those body parts. So it's a very important nerve, and it is very easy to control and activate and take care of. So it doesn't have any attitude, much of an attitude. Uh-huh. So let me share another picture with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
how is this now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
this
see
is
it.
different.
Oh, that's better.
That's great. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so now this is something with the body, so we can relate it to our bodies also, and it's from the front. So
Yeah.
so we are sitting, we sit like this. When we sit like this is how we can imagine the vagus or the vagus nerve too, how it is spreading everywhere. Now, uh, when it is wherever it is passing the motions, it passes through the chest cavity and it detects or it senses the motion of the chest while breathing. So and it stimulates and the stimulation of this nerve through the motion of the chest while the person is breathing, it has a subsequent effect on the heart rate. So it senses the motion, the movement of the chest, and then it affects the heart rate accordingly. Now, if the movement of the chest is very less or the person is breathing shallow, the heart rate will vary. It might not be as good as it is supposed to be. And hence, that is the reason yoga promotes deep breathing. Yoga promotes the Anulom Vilom pranayam, and that's the reason because it activates the vagus nerve, and the subsequent results happens in the heart rate being to the healthiest level, and it also regulates the blood pressure of the person. So now I'm going to tell you how we can activate the vagus nerve. Very easy. The first and the foremost is chanting. Now,
Hmm.
chanting could be anything. It could be Om, it could be any mantra, it could be any sound, but it has to be in regularity. So you have to keep chanting it either by making a sound or in silent way, but it has to be chanting however you want to, silently or making a sound. Okay. And the next one is meditation. Meditation or any activity that is calm, that brings a lot of calm to your mind and your body. I can tell you something like if you are not meditating, like musicians, they play certain instruments. That is vagus nerve activation too. They get so absorbed while playing.
Hmm.
It could be like a guitar or a sitar or any other musical instrument. They simply forget what is happening around them.
Hmm.
That is just exactly similar to meditation. So they are meditating in that moment, and that is a pure vagus nerve activation. Okay, and then we have pranayama. It could be deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing that we practice in classes sometimes. Deep breathing. It could be breathing in the ratio of 1:2. We also practice that sometimes in the class. And then it could be alternate nostril breathing, anulom vilom, breathing in from one side and breathing out from the other side. Or it could be the bee breath, which is the humming bee breath, and that activates the vagus nerve too. Now, another one is fasting. If you are fasting, that is also another way you can activate this. And then it is laughter.
Hmm.
Yes. So laughter is another way you can activate. Okay?
Sorry, Rupa, I
Uh,
didn't hear what you said. Laughter? What did you say?
Laughter.
Oh,
Laughter.
laughter. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Laughter. Now, chanting could be any mantra or any sound. You don't have to stick with Om if you know any other mantra or any sound that you want to make, but it has to be continuous and with some sort of regularity, like I said. Okay. Now, we are going to try some activities, and these activities are related to activation of the vagus nerve. Okay. So first, you can sit comfortably, and first it is going to be straw breath. So we are going to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through a straw. So you have to imagine you are holding a straw between your lips and you're breathing out like this. I'm going to stop the share. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So straw breathing will be inhale through the nose and exhale, and a little longer exhale than your inhale. So when you inhale, just mentally count how long it takes you to inhale fully, and then just extend it a little bit. Like if you can inhale in 5 seconds, in 5 counts, exhale to 6. Okay. So let's try this for about 5 breaths and see how this goes. Sit comfortably. You can close your eyes or leave them open if you want. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Gently open your eyes. So that's one way. And the second one, let's try another activity that's going to be humming and chewing, or you can separate both activities, or you can also club them together. So it looks like this. I'm chewing with your lips closed. You are going to chew and then you can hum. Chew and hum at the same time then. First you chew and then you stop chewing and hum and then you combine them together. So let's start with chewing first. Close your mouth. Now humming. Now both. Few more times, keep practicing. All right, another one, very simple. We are going to take the first two fingers and we are going to take them behind the ears like this, and a very gentle massage behind the ears. And then we are going to run these fingers down the side of the neck like this, just like this, from here behind the ears to the side of the neck. And we keep massaging. This is one place from where the vagus nerve is traveling. So just through the massage, we can activate it like that. And it feels very relaxing. So it also relaxes when you are stressed or you feel over the edge or anxiety. This is one place where you can give a massage to yourself and notice some relief. Great. Beautiful. Now, another activity which you can practice in your everyday life is at the end of the day, audit yourself. How many times did you close your eyes and took a step back? Right? How many times? Sometimes you will find that you haven't done that even once. So this is one way you can relax and you can activate the vagus nerve and stimulate it to relax you. So give yourself, go through that audit with yourself at the end of the day before you sleep, and just rewind everything that has happened throughout the day and see how many times did you sit and close your eyes. That is going to be a type of meditation too, to just sit with yourself, right? So those are the activities with which you can attain vagal control or vagal mastery, as they call it. And once you are able to know and master it and control it, it is going to help you in many ways. Healing and meditation and chanting is one of the best ways you can keep it healthy and in balance. Okay. Any questions? I'm going to open the floor now. 2 questions.
Rupa, when you get anxiety without something happening, is that because the vagus nerve has gotten, not the vagus nerve, but our parasympathetic has gotten stuck in fight and flight?
That is the sympathetic.
Sympathetic.
Yes. Yeah, of course. You have, yes, that is the activation of the sympathetic nervous system. And then in that situation, these little activities that we just practice, you can either practice any one of them or you can start chanting. It could be an active chanting, like with the sound, silent.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Rupa, I have a question. How long should we chant? Like when we're doing the R, O, and the right? Like, does it have any time, like longer one or shorter, or they just follow the flow of it?
First of all, The R, U, and M that we have been practicing for the past 2 days, when we are chanting Om, we don't separate the syllables.
Mm.
We are, remember what was mentioned on the first day. In Sanskrit language, the A and the U, they join and they sound as O. So when we are chanting, it has to be not A, U, and M. It has to be Om,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
Yes. And Om is in that O part is always a little longer. And then we taper it into M.
Okay.
Yes, but sometimes you see that Om symbol, there is a letter and then there is a number sign which is says 3,
Yeah.
and then there is M. So that 3 means it has to be 3 times longer.
Okay.
That's
So
the
that's why we chant we chant 3 times. Is that why?
that's why we chant it a little longer, which means it
Okay.
has to be just like the breath system, 1:2.
Right.
Inhale is 1, exhale is double. Similarly, in chanting, the aw sound, the A and the U combined is aw. The aw sound is 3 times longer than the M sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So if you are stretching the aw sound to 3 seconds, your M will be 1 second, and then you end one chant.
Okay. Thank you.
Did that answer your question, Tara?
Yes. Thanks, Rupa.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Yes, Rupa, I have a question. You mentioned end of the day audit yourself before sleep, how many times you sit with a closed eyes. So does our nap time during the day counts?
No, eyes closed doesn't mean sleeping or napping.
Hmm.
That's a very good question, Saima. And so it gives me a chance to clarify that. No, eyes closed means sitting with yourself, which is meditation. So how
Okay.
many times you sat with yourself away from anything else, away from the external world?
So what about the sleep things? Sleep counts, you are away from the world,
That's
right?
that is right. But do we have that awareness in the sleep that we have in a meditation practice?
Um,
When you are sleeping, Saima, are you aware of the pillow your head is resting on?
no.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
So the difference between sleep and meditation is all about awareness.
Right.
That's why um, sleep has been identified and it is related to as death.
Right.
That's why they say when you wake up the next morning, that's why it is say it's a new morning, it's a new life, it's a new day. Why? Because we just
Woke
came
up.
out of unawareness to awareness.
Hmm.
Yes, so because death is simply unawareness of the body. This body that the awareness part, which is the conscious part, is gone, and that body is lifeless. Now it is of no use. And when we are sleeping, do we remember our house, our cars, our property, our bank balance, our pillows and the bed, even the bed we are sleeping on, even the body we are sleeping in? We are absolutely unaware of everything. I'm talking about deep sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it is, we are only talking about meditation because meditation is always with awareness. It is awareness, actually.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
Mm.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Simon. Anybody else?
One more question, Rupa, sorry. You mentioned that to activate the vagus nerve, also musicians, when they're lost in their music, that is a type of meditation. So then is any art form the same if you are so focused on it that you're lost in it. Is that a type of meditation as well?
Absolutely, it is. Yes, because music is an art too.
Yes.
So any art, it could be painting, it could be even if you are doing some service, it could be a service too, because service, volunteering service without any having any expectation or any expectation of any returns is
Mm,
pure service. And sometimes people are so engrossed in it, they
yes.
they lose track of time. That is pure service, that is an art too,
Yeah.
and that is meditation too.
Yes.
Yes. So it could be anything. It could be anything, like you just said, artwork or music or chanting or even chopping veggies in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
If you are fully engrossed and you are unaware of everything happening, engrossed means you are fully mindful of what you are
Right.
doing. That is meditation. Meditation itself means paying attention.
So
And
anything you're really present in.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wherever you are present, you are meditating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it
See,
doesn't matter that you are struggling at that moment, but you are focusing on one point, like fasting. You said fasting is make active this nerve. So
mhm.
struggling with our hunger and thirst during the fasting, and still we are meditating, right? It means we are focused on something.
Absolutely, yes, that is right. But I would like you to explain, clarify the struggling part. What does that mean? Like,
Like we are stopping us for eating and drinking, means we are struggling against the norm of our hunger or thirst.
yes, now here, this is very subtle, Saima, and I would like to explain that as well. One is I'm fasting today, for example. I'm fasting today and I am hungry, but I all the time, whatever I'm doing, my only intention is when will this fast end? Because I'm very hungry and I'm struggling with it. The struggle word is here something like I'm forcing myself to fast
Yes. Yes.
because of some tradition or because of some kind of pressure from the family, whatever, right?
Mm, mm,
Now, in that case, I will be activating the sympathetic nervous system because I'm stressing my body.
mm,
I'm not in a peaceful state when I'm fasting. Now, vagus nerve is connected to parasympathetic. So now again, I'm fasting today, for example, and I have an intention and I'm very peaceful throughout the day because I know I'm fasting to, I have a motivation or maybe I have an aim in my mind for that fasting.
mm,
And I'm fully and I'm sincere in my fasting. So in that case, I will remain very, very relaxed and peaceful because the vagus nerve is now fully stimulated due to that.
Yeah.
okay.
And that is the parasympathetic nervous system happening,
Right.
right? So
Okay.
like I mentioned, stress, anxiety, any kind of fight could be a physical fight, it could be a mental fight. So you're fighting with your hunger, you're fighting with your thirst, and you're stressing your body out. The body is craving to get something to eat or drink, but you are just resisting it unnecessarily.
Mm,
So the main idea behind fasting in all traditions is just this, to increase your tolerance level.
right.
Fasting itself means determination, nothing else. It's if the determination, if you are, it's just to increase your tolerance level in all aspects of life, not only for food and drink.
Yes.
So that is actually the essence behind fasting.
To control it, to control everything.
To be able to tolerate in everything in life,
Mm.
right? So,
Yes.
and because food is something that a human being cannot live without, so the traditions in different traditions, they started fasting with food first,
Mm.
because that is something people cannot live without. They will be able to live without their family and friends, but
Yes.
they cannot live without food.
Yeah, it's a main desire, right?
Yes, desire, exactly. Yes. So that's why fasting, they started with food first.
Mm.
And but the actual reasoning behind it was just this, to increase the tolerance
Right.
in general life.
True. Okay.
Right?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anything else? Any other question, anyone? All right. So that brings us to the end of this 3-day workshop. Thank you very much for your precious time and for your attendance on these 3 days. I really appreciate that. I'm going to end the recording and then we can have a little chit chat.